wins so far on this latest homestand has to be tough to swallow. How are you feeling about the team's performance lately and the inability to take games on your home court?
It was just pathetic, man. Just pathetic. We can't be losing games this much at home. The only thing I can say is that the ball is going to be in my hands a lot more next game. I got to do something drastic to make sure we put up a fight here in our own backyard. You know what I'm saying?
Many folks ain't never heard of me, so I'ma introduce myself by using some hyperboles. Waiting for the day I get the silence I deserve. So I ain't talking accent when I say I just wanna be heard. It seems like everywhere I go, everybody there trying to steal a show.
The heck's it doing? Stop it. Heck's it doing?
Welcome to Charlotte as we get set to bring you the Bobcats as they'll take it to the hole at the Time Warner Cable Arena. The holidays upon us.
I don't know why it skipped those
some
games.
NBA. Hi everybody, 2K Sports welcomes you. And the starting lineup for the Hornets brought to you by State Farm. Jason Smith is out there with Okafor. Then there's Willie Green, then it's Chris Paul, and it's Childress in at the small forward. And for the Bobcats, Carl Landry is out there with Maggette. Then there's Earl Boykins. Then it's Henderson. And it's West in at the 5, patrolling the paint.
Well, I think last year when...
Here's Temple. And now Doris Burke has an update from the sidelines.
Yes, Kevin, I spoke briefly with Monty Williams. He said that he has a team prep for the shot blockers their opponents feature and has a countermeasure for it. He said we're going to turn things around on them, getting them up in the air with pump fakes, creating some contact, and get them in foul trouble. Let's see if they're successful.
Wonderful stuff, Doris. Thanks. What approach to use against the opposing D, I guess, in the front of their minds, it sounds like, Mark.
Yeah, well, it's a tall task when you take on a team as sound defensively as they are, so you just have to be sharp in your execution.
Steve?
Yeah, you got to be sharp, but you also have to attack. I mean, if you're not aggressive against this team, they're going to take control of you, and all of a sudden, they'll have control of the game.
Here's Bellinelli following the score by Charlotte. Ball outside, pocket 4, Bellinelli. A pointer, good, and Paul gets the assist. And Clark, back to that trade Steve was just talking about. We both like Gerald Wallace a great deal, but that's, I think, what was the key. When you saw that he was let go, you knew the Bobcats were starting to look to the future.
Yeah, starting to do an about face, and those draft picks will help them not only get more talent, but also get a little younger as well. And Not going to be easy, it never is, but I think they're headed in the right direction.
And Charlotte has possession after the Hornets pick up 3. And that one's good.
Looks like a three-point contest out there, guys.
Yeah, you would fit right in, partner. I mean, you hit one on us, we'll hit one on you. A terrific battle going on here.
And that one's good. 1:32 left in the first quarter. He's coming off a 10-point game against Philadelphia. Floats a runner. Gets it off the backboard. And that ties it up.
Made that one look easy, didn't they?
Now Bellinelli. They set the screen. And another 3 for New Orleans.
Well, the defense really has to pick it up here, guys. They allowed themselves to get picked too easy.
Thompson backing down. Here's Temple. His last outing, he had 8 points. Trying his luck deep, and the Bobcats another 3.
Beautiful feed off the bounce to his teammate there. Nicely done.
Now here's Paul. Not a lot of room. Ewing Jr. Hill gets the rebound. Here are the Bobcats with the ball. They're coming off that win against Philadelphia.
Not many wasted trips down the floor. That was a very efficient game for them offensively.
And Steve, they really fed off of each other too. I mean, good passing, good shooting. I think both became contagious.
Here is McGuire. Shot clock at 2. Shot is no good. Now here's Paul. From 17 feet out. And it's New Orleans scoring again. A good game so far as we conclude the first quarter. Hornets lead by 2.
Guys, I don't know what skipped these games. Maybe that was good, maybe
well, you know
it was
what?
bad.
Pressure can lead to pilfers, and pilfers can lead to points. So we've got the 3 P's: pressure, pilfers, points. Get it done.
And we'll return momentarily.
Tipping off the new year with the NBA. Andre Iguodala and the Philadelphia 76ers take on Kobe Bryant and the LA Lakers next Sunday, 9:30 p.m. Eastern, 6:30 Pacific.
And off we go, a close game. Now starting the second quarter. Bobcats trail by 5.
Well, the strength of this Hornets team obviously has been Chris Paul, but last year there was kind of a rotating door on the wings. James Posey to Trevor Ariza, Marcus Thornton to Bellinelli, and you couldn't seem to ever find the answer out there.
So with Paul on the bench, here's the group that Monty Williams has on the floor. We've got Josh Childress. Marcus Banks is out there with DJ Augustin. Then there's Willie Green, and it's Okafor, and it's the 5 down low. And he makes the first. And that instability, Clark, on the wing can't help New Orleans.
No, I can't. I mean, Trevor Ariza is a pretty good answer there, but they do need to add one more big-time scorer out there at that wing position to pair with the rest of the personnel they have. I think that would be a big boost.
Green left side. And here's Augustine. He's coming off a 16-point game against San Antonio. Lifts up. They rule this one goaltending. Count the shot. Here is Boykins. Landry inside, covered by Okafor. Now Boykins. He picked up 15 points in their last win against Philadelphia. And the layup is good. He's got 9.
Seems like there's games that skips. My guy's gotten a little bit better.
That's been their focus, and the defense hasn't mounted much resistance at all.
Here's Banks. Goes up. Augustine, that's good. Augustine's got his second basket of the night.
If he gets a glimpse of an opening, he's going to take it right to the rim.
Goes up from the top of the key, and Charlotte again with the bucket. Here's Augustine, averaging 14 points a game. Here's Banks. He passes it to Green, releases from 15. Another one falls for New Orleans.
Getting better and better. Got that field goal percentage up in the 60s now.
Well, they've dialed it in here in the second quarter. They are on fire.
11 points in the game. Goes up on the block.
You know, as tight as this game is, you have to like their chances the way they've been rebounding.
They have a pretty good margin in that department, so they've got to continue to hit the boards hard, and it'll pay off for them in the end.
Here's Babcock, and a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot two right here.
And Charlotte's struggles last season, guys, were really reflected in their play at home, because in previous seasons, Time Warner Cable Arena was a tough place to play. But the Bobcats' home record really fell last year.
Looking at who's out there now for the Bobcats.
Oh my God.
David West, he's checked in for Landry. And Gian Leon in for Gerald Henderson. Paul with the ball. He's got 13. Up with it. And Carroll gets it to
Come
go.
on.
Now it's a 7-point Hornet lead. Steve, that big drop you were talking about at home is one of the reasons why the Bobcats, didn't make the playoffs. So Clark, it's not hard to figure out why they didn't make the postseason.
Yeah, and you look at it, I mean, that certainly was part of it, not being able to handle business at home. They went from 31 wins to 21. And they also had some injuries. Steven Jackson had a hamstring that was bothersome all season long, and he was their main go-to guy. So him being hurt certainly impacted that home record.
The Hornets leading by 5. Ball outside. Here's Carroll, averaging 6 points per contest. The D bit on that pass fake, and that freed him up.
I'll tell you what, he's made more than a few of those in his career.
Kicks to Yee. And Charlotte again with the bucket.
And now 6 of their last 10 points from mid-range.
That jump shot really serving these guys pretty well.
Now here's Paul. He's coming off a 22-point game against San Antonio. Paul right side over West. And that's not going to go. 2K Sports, back in a moment here at the Time Warner Cable Arena in Charlotte.
Happy holidays and welcome to this edition of HP at the Half. The New Orleans Hornets have the lead against the Bobcats at Time Warner Cable Arena. If the playoffs started right now, they'd be on the outside looking in, but it could all change. A win here would move them into the 8th seed. Great vision and trust offensively. Their passing has been key. A scrappy effort by Charlotte. They're scoring with confidence, shooting with an excellent percentage. Some fantastic numbers to enjoy here. What a first half for tonight's leading scorers. Now let's check out other NBA action as we go around the league. Toronto ended up with a loss to the Cavaliers at Quicken Loans Arena. Not the performance that will make their coach happy. Andrea Bargnani was their leading scorer. In another one of the games that went final, the Pistons came out on top against the Pacers in Indiana. So that makes it 4 in a row. A good week for them. Rip Hamilton was their top scorer. And now here's what's going on in the rest of the association. Out at Oracle Arena, the Warriors with the lead against Chicago. Out in front by 5 in the 4th. That's it. Time for us to wrap things up and get you on back out to the second half. Kevin, Steve, Clark, and Doris, thanks so much for tuning in.
We have a close close ball game on our hands as we get set for the second half of basketball. There's Bellinelli. He's got 6. Banks passes to Augustine. He kicks it to Bellinelli. Picked up by Maggette. A shot by Bellinelli. No good.
This is not the start to the second half they want. Coming out shooting just 1 of 4.
The Hornets were hit by the injury bug last season as Chris Paul missed some time, and then, of course, losing David West for the year in March. That was painful.
Babcock in a 2-guard. Gian Leon is out there with Maggette. And it's Hill, and it's Henderson in at the point guard. So that's the group out there for Charlotte. Snatched away.
Careless play there.
Really? I lose that many points?
Yeah, you really do, Steve. I mean, those really take a toll on you. They deflate any kind of rhythm you're trying to build.
Here's Banks. Off target with the open look. Doesn't it always seem, Clark, like the Hornets get injured with key players at the wrong time?
Well, you go back to last season, Kevin, the West injury was huge. I mean, you would love to see what a fully healthy, rested Hornet squad can do in the playoffs. Hasn't been the case recently.
And the year before, Chris Paul blew a knee. I mean, it just seems like every year there's something. And so here is Charlotte following the score by New Orleans. The offensive rebound. Hill left side. Another shot, and the shot is good.
Well, he's a little bit of an unknown commodity, Kevin. I mean, he may be able to use that to his advantage, sneak up on some folks.
And here's Augustine. Shot clock at 6. One on the clock. No good. Now the Bobcats take it the other way. And going against New Orleans, their first meeting of the year.
Yeah, they got swept in the 2 games that they played against this club last year. They lost both of them.
The Hornets leading by 3. Now the dish to Banks. Backs him down. Passes it to Bellinelli. Rebound, Hill. Hill's got 3 rebounds now in this one. We talked about what happened between these 2 teams last year, Steve. It was a pretty one-sided affair.
Yep, they just had a hard time finding anything that worked against these guys, Kevin. They really did. It was tough for them.
Maggette outside. Over Bellinelli. And Charlotte out again with the bucket.
Well, they've done a lot of their damage from mid-range here, guys. I mean, knocking down those shots with regularity.
Yeah, how about 8 of their last 10 points, guys, coming off that mid-range area jump shot. So, shows you don't have to be at the rim to score.
And again, New Orleans has no luck.
You know, even though he missed that one, great shooters have a way of feeling when they've got enough room to pull the trigger.
Yeah, not enough defensive coverage there to prevent him from firing that time. But I think if he's open, he's going to let that thing fly.
You know, for the Bobcats, guys, last year was really disappointing overall. Their play against the West didn't do them any favors, and had a lot of defensive problems as well.
Back to that, the West can fill it up in a hurry, and the Bobcats couldn't handle it.
Well, when you have defensive issues like they did, it's no fun taking a trip through the Western Conference. Teams will just pick you apart at that point.
Catching up on the changes for Charlotte. David West, he's checked in for Hill. Landry comes in for Gian Leon. And Earl Boykins is subbed in for Corey Maggette. The Bobcats with the lead.
Running a little bit of time off. Looks like they're going to play for the final shot.
Steve, you're right. If nothing presents itself, hold for 1.
And West backs in. Here's Babcock. Nice second effort. Good job staying with it. He's got 13.
Crashing the offensive glass is such a big part of this game, and it's going to pay off for him.
This concludes the 3rd quarter. It continues to be an exciting.
Join in the New Year's Eve celebrations with the NBA. The New York Knicks go up against Blake Griffin and the Los Angeles Clippers. This weekend, NBA action.
And now our sideline reporter, Doris Burke, has a report for our Spark of the game. Doris?
No doubt for the Bobcats, the spark has been the solid play off the bench from their small forward. He's played a big role for them today as he's been everything you could hope for in a sixth man. You have to think they'll look his way down the stretch, guys.
Great, Doris. Thanks. He has been a... Here's Green. Ball outside. Green left side. Just 5 to shoot. Here's Childress. Pushes it down.
As if there was